QB1 Jalen Hurts signing a lot of autographs after practice today. It was the last official session of training camp. One final preseason game on Friday night. Then the regular season kicks off September 4th against the Cowboys, just 15 days from now. Welcome into Birds Huddle, presented by Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL. Barrett Brooks, Ashlyn Sullivan here with you. Training camp, it was a whirlwind. It was a long time. It's always exciting. But I got to say, this year, Barrett, this is a fantastic problem to have. You and I were talking. After a while, it got a little bit monotonous because there was no drama. It was so organized. It was so business as usual that after a while, it's like, I kind of have nothing to talk about.
Right. You know, I mean,
what are the problems?
You don't want to be bored in camp, but it was almost boring because everything was running the way it was supposed to run. You know, of course, you're going to have bad days of practice, but everything was just firing on all cylinders as far as how they conducted themselves, what they did. You know, of course, you had little stars here and there, but I mean, I really enjoyed how camp went this year.
Yes, it was very organized, and
Seamless.
Jalen Hurts was asked today about how the offense is looking after training camp. Take a listen.
I think we had a really good offseason and a really good training camp, and being able to just build on the foundation that we've established over the years. And so I think we're headed in a good direction in that. We just want to continue to build. You know, I think for context of what training camp serves of, you want to try and find the identity. I'm not saying we're leaving here with an identity, but we know what we're capable of and we know the things that we need to work on. And so when you go into training camp, you know, you're trying new things and you're trying to expand your repertoire and build on new things, and you take the highs with the lows, knowing that you kind of know what direction you want to be in. And at some points, even I know for Coach Patullo, he's putting an emphasis on a lot of stuff he just wants to see. That doesn't necessarily mean that it'll, you know, come to light, you know, out the gate. It may come to light, you know, in the last half of the season, or maybe in even the playoffs. But it's just about building. I think we did just that.
And with that, time for our three-point stance presented by Toyota. Number one, Jalen Hurts, locked and loaded for 2025. You heard him there talking about implementing this new offense, how it went pretty seamless in training camp. And Barrett has said for a long time here in the offseason, Jalen Hurts, MVP of the regular season 2025.
Absolutely, you know, and I think he's going into this understanding that he's got to have the lion's share of those reps. You know, you have to understand the NFL and the defensive coordinators get paid millions of dollars to stop things. And they're going to stop Saquon. They want to stop Saquon. And it's in Jalen's ball court to really orchestrate an offense that really helps them take advantage of defenders trying to overplay the run, hurt them on the pass, try to do the same thing opposite. This is going to be one of those years where I really believe Jalen steps into his own, takes command of the offense, and becomes an MVP candidate because he has to. It's not because, you know, he doesn't have the ability. He has the ability, but they're going to lean on him a lot more than they did last year. They're going to lean on him a lot more as far as getting things done in the passing game, and that's only because of the nature of how the NFL is. They're not going to let them go out there and run for 2,000 yards like they did last year. Yes, they caught the NFL by surprise. This year, there's no surprise. He's going to have to go out there at least throw 50-50, or even a little more than that, throw more than that. And, you know, I'm a big proponent. I love to run the ball. But Jalen has to take control, you know, and him being QB number one and understanding, you know, this NFL is a passing league, maybe he has to go back to that a little bit, you know, but I think he has a problem with it. I think he'll enjoy it. And plus, he has some receivers out there. They're really looking forward to that.
Yes, they're looking ready for more targets, that's for sure. And now to number two, switching sides of the ball here, Jahad Campbell. Going to be a week one starter at linebacker. He got more work with the first team today next to Zach Bond. And Nick Sirianni spoke about what he's seen from the rookie first rounder.
In practice, you see him make plays. You see him be able to defeat blocks. You see him, he really has great motor to the football, tough, you know, length. And so, and just growing in the defense every day. You know, so, you know, again, it's the daily things, but those are some particular traits that I've seen.
He's got the measurables. We know that. Just look at the guy. And it was awesome, Bear. We got to speak with inside linebackers coach Bobby King after practice today, the last training camp practice. And you will so get this. Bobby King was talking about very rarely a guy out of college that's quickly into the NFL has the quickness of the hands and blocking. He got very intricate with it, but he's like, I've never seen a rookie with hands this quick? This is normally something you have to teach.
Well, let me get intricate with it. His hands are good as far as, understanding when you're a linebacker, you're going against guys that are way bigger than you. They may outweigh you by 50 pounds. But the way he attacks these guys, uses his hands. In fact, the holding penalty he had when he tackled the guy and was holding offensive lineman up, he had a lineman in one hand and he made the tackle with the other hand. His use of hands, most of those guys want to try to run through you. His objective is not to run through you. His objective is to go out there and dominate the play. Read the ball, find the ball, and make something happen. And that's what he differentiates him between a lot of guys that come into here. I think, number one, he's taking ownership of that care center. He's one of the few guys in that locker room that understand, look, I am from an area. I'm a local kid. So I'm taking ownership of this. They may not know what it's about, but I know what it's about, being here, being from this area. I want to be the best to play this position, and he's looking forward to it. We might have the best linebacking core between the two of them in the NFL if things go the way I'm seeing them go and how this guy's developing and using all those tangible resources he has as far as body makeup and the coach that he has coaching him, and a defensive coordinator is going to take advantage of his skill set.
Yes, he's definitely improving from day one of camp to now. This is a guy that looks like he belongs, that's for sure. And speaking of belonging, number 3, this year's training camp darling, Darius Cooper, the rookie out of Tarleton State, has turned heads at practice and in preseason games. Jalen Hurts talked about his calmness on the field, how he's trustworthy with the football. So to get a stamp of approval from the quarterback on Darius Cooper, a guy who we're still talking about might make the team or might not, when I heard Jalen Hurts say that today, I thought, oh, this guy's making the team.
No, well, he has to make the team because he's shown and had the best camp out of the younger guys we're looking at. And like I said, I called this last game in college football, had a chance to, interview him and really see what it's about, watch a whole lot of film on him because it was the last game. I wanted to go out there with a bang. And just his ability to go out there and track the ball, that's what makes him good. And Jalen, said that he has strong hands. Well, he's showing it right now. He had a couple drops when he was in college, but now he's showing that, hey, you throw anything at me, I'm going to catch. And his body size, he's 5'11", 210 pounds. So he's a thicker type of wide receiver. So he can do a lot of stuff like run tunnel screens and screens, get the ball in hands, run those slants. I mean, look at his body type. Look at A.J. Brown. Stop these guys from running the slants if we want to. I mean, they can power through those type of things. So he's like the prototype that you want from a guy coming in. He's working on, quicker routes and getting separation. This kid's going to be good because he wants to be good. He wants to be great. And being around guys like Smitty and Brown will only put you at that next level.
Right. Already has the trust of the quarterback, and that's a pretty good start. And now time for the playbook presented by Supercuts. When we come back, we'll focus in on our camp battles. A few spots still up for grabs as the opener inches closer. Plus, Dave Zangaro and Ruben Frank give their takeaways from the final day of training camp. And another Eagle cracks the NFL Top 100 list. See who the players voted 26th best in the NFL might surprise you. This is Birds Huddle presented by Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL.